Hello and welcome back to Finger Guns with Tony, Dave, and James. I'm your co-host who did the thing, Dave Baldwin, and here I am, as always,
Who
with
did the thing? What did you do?
clearly you didn't watch the BAFTAs and listen to Ariana DeBose's rap because
No.
Angela Bassett did the thing. I'll have to show you guys after,
She did the
but
thing. No,
I
sorry, I'm
did the
not
thing.
I'm not that steeped.
Yeah, you had one job.
Yeah.
One job and you totally
I'm not I'm not
I
I'm
I
not
brought up a
steeped
topical
down the
reference.
fucking the rabbit hole of film references that include
wow.
award show shenanigans. Especially off award shows like the BAFTA.
Yeah, like who the hell's watching the
I
BAFTAs?
know. I know. It's a bad
Like
joke.
Everybody after she did that rap, buddy. I'll send it to you after. It is a sight to see.
all right.
So
Well, I'm Big Tasty as always.
Big tasty. And I'm juicy Southern Jimmy today. Coming to you all the way live from Florida, the capital state of Pitbull, Mr. 305, Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. 305.
Dolly.
305.
Are you Mr. 305 now?
I always have been, Tony. Have you not understood that I've always been Pitbull?
Yeah. There you go.
It's just, I've been focused on this podcast game. I have no time to put on music. What do you want from me?
Man, just throw on some Pitbull, buddy.
Yeah.
Can you say hi to Ron for me?
Yes.
Tell him he's a dick.
Will do.
All right.
Shout out to Ron.
Do you know Brendan Fraser just won Best Actor? I'm watching the SAG Awards. This will be old news by then, but yeah, Brendan Fraser just won the SAG.
So for anyone listening to
huge.
this podcast that recorded and taped the SAG Awards to watch later, I'm sorry for the spoilers. And also, if you don't care about the SAGs, you get Dave's live reactions to it in the middle of our podcast. It's gonna be great. I love it.
Yeah, this is a big fucking deal. Good for you. Always gonna cry. Oh, I love you, Brendan Fraser. I want to give you a hug.
Anyways,
so it's been a few weeks since I've
no kidding.
Since my wife gave
seriously.
birth. So I'm back for the 1 year anniversary special.
Oh my god, that's right.
Yeah, we've done this for a whole year.
Been a year.
I'm just as surprised as you are. And I'm probably gonna go back on hiatus again, but
that's okay.
Soon there'll be some other great guests coming up, and I'll be coming back and forth. I'm gonna definitely do an Oscar reaction video, or I was gonna say video, an Oscar reaction podcast, because
yes,
it's bound to be a shit show.
Absolutely.
Although they do have the crisis team now, so maybe not.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah, I guess because they assume something else is going to happen.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
The retaliation slap.
Yeah.
Slap Fest 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo.
You know it.
The slappening.
But
no.
I am so happy to be back with you guys because I know you guys have been doing well without me. You've been thriving. You've been putting out some great content, but it's always better
missed
when I'm here.
you.
It's always better when I'm here.
We missed you. There was just you just had different voices. You were like you were just a voice actor for the last little bit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You were trying on different tones and voices, and you're doing your best. I think Josh nailed his impression of you pretty well, though.
He did.
Yeah.
I'm proud of him. Proud of you, Josh. But
you're back because it's a year, and we couldn't not have you on here for our 1 year episode. Reflecting back on it, what was our first episode? Scream.
Yeah.
Scream is our first episode. Yeah.
What a choice.
5 cream.
5 cream.
Like
5 cream.
5 cream. 5 delicious creams combined into one.
Yeah. And you guys are going to be talking about Scream 6 in a few weeks. And I got word the other day that the embargo for Scream 6 is 12:01 Friday morning, the day it opens. But that means that the Thursday night screenings will have already happened before the embargo breaks.
Interesting.
Nice.
Yeah. So
that's interesting.
that'll be interesting. That doesn't give me a lot of faith, but I do know that they already spoiled who the killer or killers is. Some asshole fucking
leaked it,
tweeted it out, and
Gross.
it had like 100,000 watermarks on it.
Gross.
So I guess if you squinted hard enough, you could tell.
Yeah. Gross.
Like I saw what's her name, our girl,
Courtney Cox.
No, not Courtney Cox. Oh my God, how do I not know our girl's name?
Jenna Ortega.
Jenna Ortega.
Oh yeah.
She was there, and I was like, oh, that's Jenna Ortega, and I was like, I should probably turn this up. So
yeah.
So I don't know who it is or who they are, but I'm still really excited for it.
It's gonna be a good time.
Marky Mark's coming out to do best ensemble. He just said hi to my mother for me.
Okay.
Fantastic. All right.
You keep my mother's name out of your mouth, Marky Mark.
Wow. All right.
Well, this is a good time. She said, "What up to Josephine?" What?
What up?
Wild.
Should we start with our first segment?
Yeah, let's do it. Segment, boys.
It's the classic.
The classic. Best man worst.
Best man worst.
Let's do it. Whee! Tony, you want to kick us off, buddy?
So my best is one that was talked about a lot last year. It's called Joyland from Pakistan.
Ooh,
it is a pretty simple story. Man from his family falls in love with a transgender Scarlet at a nightclub that he works at, and
transgender Scarlet.
Yeah, that's what the letterbox. It's I think like erotic dancer.
Okay.
Yeah. Is what it is. This one is set in Pakistan.
Yeah.
Phenomenal movie. It's not there's a lot going on in it. I was floored. I couldn't keep my eyes off it. I was in it to the end. It got talked about a lot, and I definitely think that you guys should check it out.
Nice.
Yeah,
I want to see it. It was at TIFF, but
yes, obviously
we missed that one. But
I wish I paid a little bit more attention to it last year, because I saw it towards December. I saw it on a lot of people's top 10s.
Interesting.
And yeah,
nice.
Definitely seek it out.
Just for those at home, keeping track, Everything Everywhere just won Best Ensemble.
That makes sense.
So she's winning Best Picture, baby.
For those who care.
For those who care.
Yeah.
But probably. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong on that either.
Yeah.
What's your best, Dave?
Oh, James Hong's there. He's such a sweetie. I've been watching a shit ton of. I watched a shit ton of movies.
You've had the time.
Months.
Yeah,
you definitely had the time.
You have a well of films that you can draw from for this segment.
I do. I just rewatched The Whale, which was a masterpiece.
Yes,
I rewatched The Dark Knight because I was watching that for my birthday.
Yep.
And that's the GOAT.
Of course.
Cloverfield I rewatched, which I thought was
the OG
still rather well. Yeah, the OG
nice.
For the anniversary. I finally saw Chicago beginning to end, which I really liked.
Really? You had never seen it beginning to end?
No, I've only seen it in chunks.
Huh, that surprises me, but okay, cool.
I always had this. I always just had this grudge against it for some reason, but it was pretty solid.
Yeah.
I finally saw All Quiet on the Western Front just before it got nominated for Best Picture.
My man.
It was a real really uplifting. James Hong is dancing. It's weird. Yeah, it was real uplifting. Buddy getting squashed by a tank. That really got
like me. A tube of toothpaste, man.
Because Josh mentioned it. Big Night.
Oh yes, you watched Big Night. That's right.
You guys haven't seen it?
Nope, still haven't. Need to do it.
Masterpiece with the Tucci Man.
Yes.
I saw a film at a Sundance called Fair Play.
Cool.
Which It got bought by Netflix, and you guys are going to want to see it
All
because
right.
it's awesome and it's toxic and it's right up your alley.
Perfect. I'm in. I'm sold.
Yeah,
You had me at toxic.
It has like one of the best final lines ever. Just
okay.
It's literally a fucking mic drop moment.
I love
Just
it.
like ends the game type thing.
I love it.
But the one I guess I want to talk about is a little film called Bones and All, the
Oh,
latest Luca Guadagnino joint, which
yes.
it's long. It's well over 2 hours, and it's a lot of just you know Luca Guadagnino bullshit.
Right. Is there a
And
peach?
no, there is
Well,
not.
then
I actually thought it was really, really well done. It was,
It was
I was never bored. It was
Yeah.
it was a ride.
Yeah, I was never bored at all either. Like it is slow moving, and I was never bored. But
interesting.
there's certain so if you don't know what it is, it takes place in the 80s, and it's a love story about two cannibals just finding their way across the back roads of America.
Beautiful.
And Timmy Chalamet is in it. He's awesome as always. Taylor Russell, who James will remember from Waves.
Waves.
Oh my God, is that where she's from?
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out the entire time. I'm like, where have I seen this
actress from?
Fucking Waves.
Fucking
man.
Waves, man.
She was in an escape room too, which I don't.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I recognize that.
I never saw the second one, but I do like the first one. Anyway, there's just these punctuations of obscene violence and obscene gore where you're just like, oh, all right then,
all right.
Just it's heavy and just like it's a coming of age story, and they're just trying to figure themselves out. They're just trying to figure things out.
Well, I watched what was it? Call Me by Your Name on a plane ride down to Florida. So I feel like it's only fitting that I'm not going to have to watch Bones and All on the plane ride back home to Toronto.
You got to do it. You got to do it.
You got to do it.
I got to horrify like an infant that's sitting in the other row that can see everything.
Absolutely.
That or fucking Suspiria.
Yeah, I'm not going to do Suspiria. Not yet.
The remake of Suspiria.
The remake of Suspiria.
Yeah. That'll give a kid nightmares for sure.
I love it. Okay. Well, it's on my list now. For sure.
But yeah, it's very well done. It looks great. Acting is great. Mark Rylance does that weird fucking creepy voice thing he does.
Oh, fun.
And for the first time in a long time, it fits the character.
Oh, good.
He is a fucking creepy fucker in that movie, and it fits the character beautifully.
I love it.
Oh, man.
There's just these one scenes.
He's like so fucking unsettling, James. Like anytime he's around, you just want to take a shower,
right?
Because it's just like you just feel that he's just on you.
Yeah.
And it's like a hell of a performance.
He's wearing your skin like a unitard. Yeah,
literally.
Well, he doesn't really wear skin so much as he eats skin.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the skin is the best part.
He makes finger looking good, like Jesus.
But yeah, there's like some great oneers from like Michael Stahlberg, David Gordon Green, Chloe Sevigny, and just like
nice.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I wish I saw it in the theater. I wish it was at TIFF because I would have seen it at TIFF.
Yeah.
But just very. It's a lot more emotional and a lot more. It's a lot deeper than you might think when I say cannibal romance coming of age film.
Nice.
Yeah, it definitely triggered some feels. Yeah. For sure. It definitely went some emotional places. Like, goddamn, Luca, you got me. You got me again.
And then, this isn't much of a spoiler, but like right at the beginning of the movie, she's kind of flirting with a girl, and they're kind of talking, and it's very romantic, and it looks like things are going well. And then she has her hand out, and she's playing with her hand.
Yeah.
And then she bites her finger violently.
Wonderful.
And all of a sudden, I was just like,
wonderful.
Cool. No doubt.
Gives you some real like raw vibes, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's obscene.
Yeah, that's
but
amazing.
it's also beautiful.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah. Definitely seek it out, Jimmy.
I'm going to watch it on the flight home. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen.
Proud of you.
But I've dragged on a little too much there. James.
Yeah.
What's your best?
Oh, I'm going to take it way back.
Ooh. Way back, playback. All right, hit me.
I was sitting at home the other day and I was like, I want to watch a movie tonight, but I felt like just busting out a physical copy of something that I own. So I went perusing my shelf and I remembered somebody was kind enough to buy me the 4K version of RoboCop from Arrow. So I popped that in and watched the 4K director's cut of RoboCop. And I haven't seen RoboCop in years. And man, that movie is so fucking good.
Yeah, that movie fucks hard.
It's so bananas.
It's amazing.
It's like
BANANAS.
Oh my god! Like there's so much cheese going on with those dialogues. Like fucking
bitches leave.
Yeah. Absolutely zero notes to that line.
No notes.
Perfect.
No notes.
Just his entire entrance. Bitches leave, and they just leave. It's so good. So very good.
80s were a hell of a time.
Yeah, Kirkwood Smith cranked up to fucking like 11.
11? We're like 21.
21. My boy Peter Weller doing just terribly at the beginning, getting half of his fucking limbs blasted off by those cannons of guns.
Poor bastard.
Those things were ridiculous.
Ridiculous. And then those guns that they get at the end, the fucking like exploding sniper rifles, like what? Just insane. It's insane from start to finish, and it's so much fun. And I like the juxtaposition of just like, it's like the 80s, so like he's still driving like a fucking 80s Crown Vic, but then there's also like futuristic cop robots. Like it's just like I love it. I have no comments. It was just also so good.
Viciously
it's
violent.
So violent.
Like comically violent.
Way over the top. I guess when you turn it into it's being enacted by a robot, suddenly it's like, oh, this is fine. You can just murder with impunity.
Like that poor bastard right at the very beginning of the movie.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
and then Peter Weller.
Oh my god, yeah. Every time I see that scene, the only thing I ever think of is that one Family Guy cutaway where it's like, oh, well, at least you're doing better than Peter Weller at the beginning of RoboCop.
And then that other poor bastard at the end of the movie when the toxic waste hits.
Oh my god, yeah, he just melts.
It just hits, just
explodes. Oh my god.
Fuck. Yeah, so good.
So good.
A fucking good movie. The satire is on point. It's just I watched it just before the end of the year last year.
Yeah.
And I had watched Starship Troopers a few weeks before.
Yeah.
And just like they do the same thing with like the TV.
Yeah.
The videos and stuff, the video interstitials.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
They do the same thing in RoboCop, and it's perfect.
I'd buy that for $1.
I love that. I love that guy. If you say something like that, if you make a RoboCop reference or something about $1 type thing, there's a bot on Twitter that will reply to you and say,
I'd buy that for $1. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's happened to me like twice. I'm like, oh, I love this.
I too would buy that for $1. It was so good. It was just, that's all I have to say about it. It's just like, it's a classic for a reason, and the 4K that Arrow put out was great, and it looked gorgeous. It sounded gorgeous.
It looks great on Blu-ray. I have the Blu-ray version. It looks great there too. So I can only imagine the 4K.
It's beautiful. Transfer from negative. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So
beautiful stuff. You should
watch it in 4K if you can.
Is yours the 2 disc?
No, just the one.
Oh, okay. Because there's a 2 disc the one I have is a 2 disc, and the second disc has the theatrical version and the TV version.
Oh, fun. Fun.
You have the big box, don't you?
Yeah, I have the big box. And just like And then there's another special feature that's like the differences between the two or between the three, and you're like watching it. It's hilarious.
Yeah. I appreciated the inclusion of like multiple audio versions on this one. Like the initial default was like 2-channel stereo, and I'm like, absolutely not. I'm not watching RoboCop in stereo. Maybe that's how it was intended, but too bad. Convert me into Atmos. Thank you very much.
How it would have sounded. That's how it would have sounded back in the 80s. Would have been stereo.
But stereo, but yeah, I was like, no, absolutely not. 7.1, please.
I get it. But that anyway. Score too would be amazing. Yeah. And last thing about RoboCop, I just love that it ends. It's just like, what's your name? Murphy.
And
smash cut end.
Finished.
It's amazing.
Nothing more.
I love those endings where they leave you where you want more. Like it, and it feels genuine. It's not like fucking Marvel shit where they're like, to be continued, motherfuckers.
Yeah. RoboCop will return. No.
Exactly.
Maybe he won't. Well, he did, but maybe he won't.
Like the one time they did it well was I'm Iron Man, and then cut, and then smash cut.
Yeah.
But fuck. Yeah. Tony.
Meh.
Well, that's very funny that you mentioned Marvel.
Yeah.
Because that leads into my meh.
Which is...
what'd you watch?
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
The second one.
The second one.
Yeah, okay. I was like...
Okay.
This is pretty funny because you guys are both looking at me being like, what the fuck is that? You guys don't even remember it. You want to know why?
I
oh, no, I remember it. I was questioning whether you meant Quantumania or the first one. The first Ant-Man and the Wasp or the second Ant-Man and the Wasp?
I paused for dramatic effect about that. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Yes, no. Ant-Man and the Wasp, the second of Ant-Man.
Yes, got it.
Okay.
Also forgettable. I do remember where I saw it, though. I saw it at the drive-in.
It's pretty much the same movie as the first one, right? Like, I'm not crazy. Like, pretty much the same, like, aside from, like, a couple things that are different. Like, it just...
Well, there's none of that fun stuff with Thomas the Train or his daughter getting attacked, right?
No, there isn't. But, like, the Pez get, like, they throw Pez at each other. That's fun.
Yeah, that has the car chase scene through, like, San Francisco, doesn't it?
Yeah, and they're like making things
shit
bigger, and like he's like in a Hot Wheels car. I thought that was cute.
That's kind of fun. And fucking
there's fun bits in it. Don't get me wrong. There's fun bits, but like at the end of it, like Walton Goggins is a fun villain as well. Man, like
because it's our boy Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins, man, like he's literally can do fucking anything. But like I say this, meh. It's just because after you watch it, it was just like, you know, like, did this really need to exist? Is this just like, you know, like a throwaway? Like, I just don't get it. Like Marvel, like me and my wife have been rewatching Marvel.
Your wife's been on the show. You can just call her Melissa.
Melissa. Yeah,
friend of the podcast, Melissa. Co-host
friend
of the
podcast. No, she's actually sitting right beside me right now. She's a little upset she can't listen to the episode live.
Nice.
Plug in a pair of headphones.
Yeah, I should, but enough.
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yeah, just we've been rewatching Marvel, and like we're in the middle of Infinity War right now, and I'm just watching Infinity War. I'm like, wow, like you know what, like Marvel is not going to get any better than this moment right here, and like just remember it, like as like the scenes that are Infinity War. I remember when I saw that for the first time, I'm like, holy shit, like this is fucking happening, like you know, Thanos just fucking threw Gamora, like.
Yeah.
You can't. Never gonna be better.
I remember the gasps when Red Skull came back on screen. No, I get it.
Yeah. Like the like you're not gonna have that moment.
People openly weeping for fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Dark.
Like
they
I
peaked.
Don't know, man. It peaked. And like after Endgame, like
nah.
You got nothing left.
I didn't mind No Way Home or Doctor Strange.
Yeah, like those are like, well, I wouldn't even call Spider-Man like, you know, like I think Spider-Man is its own thing.
You think it's Marvel adjacent?
Yeah, like Marvel adjacent. Like it's half its foot is in the MCU. Like, but yeah, watching Ant-Man, like it was a fun movie and everything, but I was just like, fuck, like it's just meh.
I do get what you're saying though in terms of like the feeling of like what Ant-Man and the Wasp was, especially like coming off the heels of like Ant-Man original. It does feel very like, oh, they're just trying to like recreate the same vibe again.
Exactly, right? Like they're
which
just
is fine.
Like, oh, well, like which is fine, but, right? But like at the end of the day, like it doesn't like seeing it the first time I was like, wow, it's great. But now that I've seen it like years later, I'm like, you know what, this doesn't really hold up as much.
Yeah. It's honestly like honestly until you said that Walton Goggins was the villaan, I couldn't have even told you who the fucking villain was. I don't even know.
Exactly.
I thought it was fun.
And there was like a little side plot with like Larry Fishburne and
Michael Douglas.
Oh yeah, that's like completely like just like smashed in there.
Yeah.
Right.
I just love that like they paid for like $10 of makeup for Michelle Pfeiffer, and they had to like fucking like really do a number on Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
Younger. Michelle Pfeiffer, they're just like, here you go.
You're good, girl. Get out there.
You're good.
Pat on the booty.
You're saying all these things about comparing it to the first one. The first one was a mess from the start because
that one had all the different
Edgar Wright's movie, and he got kicked off it because he wanted to make an Edgar Wright Marvel movie, and they were like, no, you make a Marvel movie by Edgar Wright type thing. Like, so like when you're watching that movie, you're like, yeah, I get it. This is exactly what Edgar Wright would have done. So then they try to kind of use that same style of humor in the second one, and it's not as strong. But you know, I also thought that both of them, the Ant-Man movies, kind of are like, you could say they're throwaway, but they're also just like fun, just like happy. I hate using the word fun when we're talking about Marvel. They're just like happy-go-lucky movies where it's like the stakes aren't nearly as high. And it just feels a little more kind of like,
you know what?
Like,
no, that's
the world's not in a
that's a really
trouble.
That's a really good point, especially looking at like we were talking about on the last episode. We were talking about Wakanda Forever and the fact that like they were up against a fucking demigod, and like Ant-Man and the Wasp, they're just up against their own little things that they got going on. First guy was just another guy in a suit. It's fine. Like they don't need to call the entire Avengers, whereas I think the Wakandans probably should have. Like,
and then juxtapose this to, I haven't seen Quantumania, but apparently Quantumania is a fucking like Ant-Man is like a supporting character in it. Apparently Kang's the lead.
That makes sense.
Which is fucking annoying. And then I heard a little bit about how they brought in MODOK, and I was just like, ooh, no, that sounds really bad. And I saw some screen caps from it. I was like, oh.
I saw a screen cap or two, and I was like, aye. I mean, he is just a giant head, so I guess.
I know, but like, it kind of like it fell terribly this weekend, and it's just like, it's like maybe Marvel needs to put in a little bit more care into their movies.
Yeah,
they can't just assume everyone's gonna go.
Yeah, like it's partially worrying that they're trying to go like this whole like wet spaghetti noodles against the wall kind of thing, like DC was doing. But
yeah, well, they're building to the whole Kang thing, and then Secret Wars and stuff. Like they're all building. Is that what?
Yeah, it's Secret Wars.
Secret Wars is where they're going, or is that what? So what's the?
Secret Wars should be out this year, shouldn't it?
Okay, so it's not
Secret Invasion. It's Secret Invasions.
Secret Invasion is this year, and then Secret Wars is what they're building to, and the Kang Dynasty. And it's just like, I also hate that that's how they promoted the movie. They're like, watch the beginning of the Dynasty. It's like, I don't want to watch 3 years. Cool, I get to see this movie, and then maybe in like 4 years I'll see how it ends. Come on now.
Yeah, and just to expand briefly on that too, I feel like it's looking at like how Marvel was up until Endgame, Tony, since you're watching all of those. Yeah. To me, it was all driven by these like character performances. Like we got attached to the actors playing the characters. Like we got attached to the Iron Man. You tell me the fucking Kang. I'm not attached to fucking Kang. Like I don't. Yeah. you're not bringing me along in the same way. You've like Marvel's gotten so large that like I'm not attached to anybody in the same way anymore, and I just like don't fucking care.
Yeah,
it's just
like
it's tough.
Yeah,
like Thanos, like he was just kind of like a foreboding presence in the background.
Yeah.
And like he kind of like came to the foreground a little bit in like Guardians of the Galaxy, just because he like
kind
Nebula
of
and
a little
Gamora
bit, yes.
were like they're connected to him, and they're fucking main characters in that movie, so it makes sense that they would kind of.
It was like his most like on-screen time too, because otherwise he was just relegated to like the post or mid-credit sequences.
Exactly, and now it's like they're building, like they realized in Phase 4 that they couldn't just throw shit at the wall, and I hate that it's like, oh, we need to be building towards something. Like you don't need to build towards something. You just need to make something that's just a fucking cohesive picture.
Yeah, it doesn't all need to be everything. Yeah.
Stop hinting at what's coming and just fucking give me the movie.
Yeah.
Like you're burning out your audience.
Yeah. And that's what I mean, man. Like I'm just so burnt out by like the superhero stuff, and I'm so burnt out with like Marvel's like I still haven't watched friggin'
Eternals.
Eternals. I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen Moon Knight or friggin'
same.
Never finished that.
Or like Miss Marvel, all that stuff. Nope. Like it's like I'm so exhausted. Like just like pump the brakes.
It's too much. Too much capital C content.
You killed Star Wars, and now you're killing Marvel. Like,
well, they're pushing them out longer. Like they were supposed to be like 7 TV shows out this year, and now there's only 2 or 3 type thing.
Yeah,
like,
because
the
reviews for Ant-Man just like,
and then I also annoyed that it's like you have to watch the shows in order to get what's coming.
Exactly.
They originally were just like, oh yeah, they're just adjacent type thing. You don't need to see them. And like Miss Marvel is a main character in the Marvels.
Yeah.
Fucking Julia Louis-Dreyfus was introduced in that Winter Soldier show.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier show. And I never finished that. And she keeps showing up. I'm just like, who the fuck is this?
Why is she here? Yeah.
Why are you here?
Oh, I get you.
Yeah.
It's just...
It's annoying.
And Loki, and you had to watch Loki in order to understand who Kang is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't like that kind of storytelling. And fucking DC didn't learn a goddamn thing, and they're just fucking gonna do this.
Do it again. Yep. Once more. This time with James Gunn, who can take the fall.
It worked the first time.
Yeah.
It worked the first time, didn't it, guys?
Yeah. Anyway, it's a good choice for May, Tony. So we got way the fuck off topic there, but it was a good choice for May. I get it. I totally
But it's always Dave's favorite when we get off topic.
Yeah,
I do love that. Yeah. That, and I really wanted to just, it's chapping my ass.
Yeah. So Dave, what's your May?
My May is a little film called Marlowe, which stars Liam Neeson as private detective.
Oh,
Philip
this is
Marlowe.
like the film noir thing that he did, right?
Yeah, it came out recently. It was like the 100th movie he's made.
Jesus.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, and it's directed by Neil Jordan, who did 3 movies I really want to watch this year.
Oh my god, it was Neil Jordan who directed that?
Yeah, so
I hate that I know that name.
So I really want to see all of these movies. Like he did An Interview with a Vampire, he did The Crying Game, and he did Mona Lisa. I want to see all of those.
Yeah, I want to see Mona Lisa real bad.
Yeah. I think I have that on Criterion, don't I?
You definitely do have that on Criterion.
Yeah. So I really want to see that. But Marlowe, like Philip Marlowe he's a big character. He's been overdone multiple times.
Yeah.
Because like I believe I'm gonna get schooled by people who read novels more than I do, but like Philip Marlowe was created by Raymond Chandler, and like he's been in so many different things. The Long Goodbye, The Big Sleep.
Oh shit! Okay.
My Lovely.
Yeah.
Like, he's a big deal.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the movie, it looks great, even though it's been CGI'd to shit, but like it still looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Especially like the daytime scenes. The nighttime scenes are a little too lit, oddly. But anyway, so he's looking for this femme fatale comes to meet him, and says, "Hey, I need you to find my lover. He's gone missing."
Oh.
And turns out the lover got his head fucking squashed like a fucking like Gallagher watermelon on the side of the road. And he got murdered. But it was suspicious. And they still think he's alive because people say they've seen him. So he's kind of like going from place to place, talking to person, trying to figure out where this guy is.
Yeah. PI
And it's
styles.
just a bigger mystery. And it's very much Liam Neeson walks into location after location, talks to person after person, and trying to figure out the mystery. And it just kind of wears itself thin very quickly. And then there's another part where the femme fatale. So the femme fatale is Diane Kruger, who you'll remember from Inglourious Bastards and National Treasure.
Yeah.
And just like, oh, she was in Troy and the 355 too, and Welcome to Marwin. I don't want to see that. Anyway, so she comes to meet him at his house, and she comes on to him and she wants to sleep with him type thing because that's what she does. And he's like, I'm old enough to be your dad type thing. We're not gonna do any of that.
Yeah.
And he's just like, if you want, we can dance. So they dance, and it's nice and it's carefree, and you're like, oh, this is a breath of fresh air that he's turning her down because I'm sure other people wouldn't. So you're supposed to buy that at the same time as you're buying Liam Neeson beating the shit out of guys who are 50 years younger than him.
Right.
I'm sorry.
And I mean, like, brute force, like, just like fucking like beating the shit out of him. Not fucking none of that Taken bullshit. Like, he's just fucking just like beating them with his fists.
That's believable. I'd buy that. I'd buy that over the dancing with Diane Kruger, to be honest with you.
Is the action cut to shit to hide the fact that?
Not really. It's just very like, it's quick.
Oh, okay.
Because Liam Neeson probably needed to have his joints, some WD-40 put on his joints afterwards.
To take his arthritis meds.
That man can do anything. I believe.
And then like Jessica Lange's in it, Danny Houston, Alan Cumming with a really weird American accent that's not right.
Yeah.
Cole Meany, who I love, and I can't say this gentleman's name, but he was on Lost. He was Mr. Echo on Lost. I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. He was Killer Croc in Suicide Squad.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm not. No, I'm not. You're just going to have to just go
take Dave's word on it.
Yes. I can't pronounce his name, and I'm not going to try. But he's quite good as well. But it's just, it looks good, but it's very much just like, hey, tell me this. Hey, tell me this. You're lying. Just like back and forth, and it's just like, fucking move the fuck on. Right. Come on, man. This is fucking boring.
Yeah. I get you.
Yeah. And it's also it's also very violent in like a couple of scenes, but then it's just like, oh, that was vicious. Because like Buddy, like you watch him get his head fucking squashed, and you're just like, oh, that's grisly. And then it's just like nothing. Oh, that's vicious. So
okay.
Anyways, it comes on VOD.
Sounds like a real winner, to be honest with you.
So it comes on VOD next week.
Fantastic! Just in time.
It's not quite. I don't know if it's a folding laundry movie or just kind of a watching paint dry kind of movie.
If you like watching Liam Neeson walk from room to room talking to people, you're gonna have a great time with Marlowe.
There you go. Well done.
I like it.
Well done.
I like it.
Yeah. James, sorry for.
It's all good. You're back. You have so much to say.
I have way too much.
You've kept the lid on the bottle for too long. My meh and worst are kind of like, it's a really high meh and a really high worst. So let's just like preface this as we're gonna preface it. So I'm gonna put in my meh, Bad Genius. Which
Bad Genius.
was a lot of fun. That's really like so
for us that don't know what Bad Genius is.
Yes.
Give us a little taste.
Yes. So Bad Genius is about a wicked smart girl who transfers to a new school in the hopes of setting herself up for success, getting into a United States university. She's like super duper smart. She's a full blown genius, and school she transfers into gives her like a full ride scholarship, but also like in order to get to the States, she needs money. So what she decides to do is devises a very convoluted way to help all of her classmates cheat through their tests and exams by like copying the answers off of her in a very like covert, sort of like Ocean's 11 heist style way of like coming up with
it's like better luck tomorrow, perfect score, like that. Those kind of like heist SAT kind of things.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So the movie it's set in Thailand, and it's a Thai film. And yeah, so comes up with this plan, is getting just buckets of money from these kids because like she's in like a really well-to-do school that would set her up for success for getting to the States. And yeah, so then it just tracks that rise and sort of fall, and the lesson learned is don't help people cheat. But like the whole thing, it ramps up to a point where like there's like it's relatively long, but like the last 30 minutes are for this major exam that's taken all over the world, and it's kind of like a normalization test for international students applying to U.S. universities. Like you have to score like a certain amount on this exam, and she comes up with like the most ridiculous plan to like actually cheat through it and give all of the answers to everybody else, and it's so complicated and so ridiculous, and of course it like falls apart by the end, but like it was so intense watching it, and like I don't know if she's gonna get caught, I don't know if she's gonna make it through. Like it was just really well shot and edited and acted. Like it was all actually really good. It was like a lot of fun to watch. A little bit too long. Nice. It kind of gets lost in the middle, and like it's like there's like two rises and falls, and I think that's where it kind of like got to me. It was like, all right, you kind of learned, oh no, you didn't learn your lesson, oh, we're gonna do it again. And the ending was kind of like it was fine, but overall, I mean, I enjoyed it. I liked it. I just don't think it wasn't perfect or amazing. It didn't it didn't blow my mind, but like it was a lot of fun to watch, so I would like recommend it. It is on Netflix, and if you do feel like watching it, I would say do it. It's a wild time.
Nice.
That's Bad Genius. All right, Tony, worst.
All right. This one comes from our friends at Shudder. It is a movie called Death Spa.
Death Spa. Do people just die in a sauna?
Death Spa.
Yeah. So this is an 80s jam that dropped on Shudder not too long ago.
Nice.
It's pretty much what the title suggests. It's a spa that kills people.
Oh, the spa kills people.
The spa kills people.
Okay,
it is
I like that.
It's the whole gym.
It's like the whole gym.
Okay.
So it's like an AI controlled gym.
Gotcha.
And things go haywire.
Yeah, like free weights.
And shit hits the fan. Like
sauna turning up too hot. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's the first kill.
Of course, there it is.
But it doesn't like kill her. It just like blinds her temporarily.
Okay.
So yeah, but she got really bad burns too. So
sure, yeah.
It's. I wanted it to be a good time, and like Dave probably had a better time watching it than I did. But
you were watching your eyelids for part of it.
Well, for part of it, but I rewatched it. I rewatched that part, and like James, like.
Yeah,
it just sucked.
I know that
some of the kills are decent, but when you're cycling through Shudder and you see a movie with like the poster of Death Spa, and you're like, you know what, man, I'm gonna get really baked and I'm gonna watch a movie about a killer spa.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like 100% in, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of other convoluted bullshit.
Yeah, and it just
motif of the guy's the guy's wife dousing herself in gasoline and lighting a match, and they keep going back to that scene. You're like, okay, we get it. We got it the first 3 or 4 times.
Okay, and spoiler alert. Okay, the AI of the killer Jim is said to be the spirit of his dead wife.
Okay.
You see what I mean, James? It's convoluted bullshit like this. It just takes away from the trashiness of this movie.
And Dave just mentioned one of my biggest pet peeves, which is flashbacks within the same movie.
And there's cross-dress. There's some cross-dressing, which is icky, and just like
that part didn't age too well.
There's some gratuitous TNA, which you know,
it's the 80s. Come on,
it's the 80s, and there's a lot of gore. It's pretty
friggin' vicious.
It's pretty vicious, but it just kind of like hits a lull, and then it kind of peters out. Which I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna say that again in a few minutes, but
fantastic.
I wasn't thrilled by it.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a big disappointment if I don't say so myself.
And you can, and you did,
can.
And I appreciate it.
Very nice.
Dave, worst.
So I watched a lot of bottom barrel shit. Let me tell you, Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo.
Oh no!
Classic.
Oh no!
Meet the Spartans. Who boy?
Why?
Why? Why would you do that to yourself?
So I had to feed the baby, and I just wanted to throw something on, and I guess Netflix had just added it that day.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember it on the top 10 for a good week.
All right, sure. Worse than I remember.
Oh. The fact you've seen that movie more than once is questionable.
And just, I wanted to rag on Hudson Hawk because it's awful. Yeah. But I don't want to tear down Bruce Willis right now.
Sure.
So who I am going to tear down is Mr. Jonah Hill and Mr. Eddie Murphy in a film called You People.
Thank Christ.
Oh no.
Who boy?
That's
what a fucking train wreck.
That movie was a train wreck.
Fucking awful. Holy shit.
Real bad.
Like it had a lot of good intentions, but it's just, oh my god, it's just cringe city.
Is that the one?
And just like, yeah.
Does he get married at the end?
He does, yes, and it's a really silly way that it happens.
Oh yeah, and beyond that, they actually didn't kiss, and it's like CG'd. Yeah, it's awful. She clips into his face. It's so bad.
Yeah, it's weird, and like there's lens flare, and just like it's not edited cohesively. Like there's some good tunes in it, and there's a couple of fun jokes, but then like Elliot Gould's just kind of walking around in the background, and Rhea Perlman shows up for like one bit and then leaves.
Jesus.
And just like the things they make Julia Louis-Dreyfus say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that was cringe.
And it's like, oh my god, why are you getting JLD saying this stuff? And then fucking, for some reason, David Duchovny keeps going on about Exhibit.
Next to the
Z? He slept through that. He must have been baked out of his mind because like he was not making coherent sense in any of his scenes.
Like, and he's better in The Bubble, which he was also awful
how
in.
Yeah how.
And like Molly Gordon shows up, and it's just like, oh, I'm a lesbian. Cool.
And
scene.
All right, great.
It's just, like, it just feels like a lot of, it feels like Jonah Hill and Kenya Barris. They kind of just were in a room, and they're like, hey, let's think of all the different stereotypes we can think about Jews. Cool. Let's think of all the stereotypes we could think about black people. Cool. Now let's make old people say them out loud.
Yeah.
And just like, you're just cringing the whole time. Like, it's supposed to be cringe, but you're also like, maybe kind of be better.
Yeah.
Like, don't just be cringe. And then like there's this whole extended bachelor party scene where like Eddie Murphy's like, I'm gonna bust in on it, it's gonna be hilarious. And Jonah Hill's sitting in a strip club and they're just like doing cocaine and they're just like, oh, get your coke guy. I don't know anything about that. And it goes on for like 10 minutes. And you're like, oh my God, this wasn't funny 5 minutes ago. Come on.
So just bad jokes and
Just
cringe
bad jokes.
and
it was honestly like one of the cringiest movies. Like I put it on par with like your what was that stupid movie we saw in the summer that I absolutely hated?
Oh,
Not okay.
Not okay.
Not okay. Yeah.
Same level as cringe as that.
Yeah.
Like Not Okay was like an extreme,
was
very like very extreme, but like this one's saying like it's so unnecessary.
Yeah.
Unnecessary, man.
Like its idea of a joke is to take fucking Jonah Hill in a red sweater to a fucking Crips barbershop. Like that's its idea.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome.
Or fucking have Julia Louis-Dreyfus fucking touch a black girl's hair and like the weave comes out on her hand.
Oh.
Like that's the level of humor we're looking at here.
No, thank you.
Yeah, just ugh, yuck.
So everybody skip that. Don't even bother with it.
Don't no.
We watched it, so you didn't.
So you don't have to. Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. Just send it to hell with the bubble.
Oh my God.
I'd watch The Bubble again.
Would you?
Really?
Why?
Karen Gillan's innocent, and so is Pedro Pascal. But the rest of that movie,
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
ugh. And fucking Judd Apatow had the audacity to make fun of Tom Cruise at the DGAs recently. It's like, buddy, do we need to talk about your films right now?
Yeah.
Judd.
Buddy, pal, homie. What was your last hit?
I just bought 40-year-old. I just bought 40-year-old Virgin on Blu-ray.
Ooh, that was a good one.
That check went directly to Judd's house.
Yeah, $5 in a grocery store.
Perfect. What was it in like the bins at the front of Freshco? Like what?
Yeah, literally, it was. It was literally in the bins of Freshco. We were like just like driving down with in the shopping cart, and I saw it out of my periffs, like literally like Blu-rays, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. So it was like a bucket of tomatoes, some onions, and the beer, 80,000 copies of 40-Year-Old Virgin on Blu-ray.
Exactly, unrated. You know,
it's the only way to watch it.
There's a director's cut,
of course.
Yeah, it's another 20 minutes long.
Yeah,
that movie wasn't long enough already.
It's 2:15. 2:15 is the director's cut. You know what movie doesn't need to be 2:15?
40-Year-Old
Virgin.
Actually, none of Judd Apatow's movies need to be 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Literally 90 minutes in and out, Judd. Like
he doesn't know how.
That hard.
He doesn't know how.
Funny People 2.5 hours long.
Probably.
Exactly. And it's about 45 minutes too long.
It sounds like
too
it's
much.
2.5 hours too long.
Yeah, that too.
Oh man, but you got to check those bins, man. There's always a
winner.
Gold. There's gold in there.
You just kind of you just skim and you always find a diamond.
Yeah.
Man, I found a goddamn Jack Reacher and Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance, $4.99 in a general store up north.
Perfect.
You gotta keep doing it.
You gotta shop the bins.
Check. You gotta shop the bins.
Did you buy both of those movies?
I did.
Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance.
Tony's really into Ghost Rider.
To be honest with you, Melissa liked it better than the first one.
What?
Yeah.
I just watched Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider. Yeah, you rated it higher than me. I'm surprised.
It has not aged well, but
I bet.
The contouring on Eva Mendes, magnificent.
Sure.
And fucking Sam Elliott's in it, and fucking Peter Fonda's the villain.
Yeah.
Yep. Peter Fonda's the devil. That's fucking wild.
And Nick Cage has like jet black hair. It's like, who you fooling? Who you fooling, Nicky?
Yeah. He's trying.
He's pretty. He's
who
pretty.
You fooling? I just remember I don't remember anything about the second one other than it's in Europe. Idris Elba shows up, and he pisses fire.
Yep. That's all about I remember too. But it's Gonzo, man. It's like it's something.
And I just bought Jack Reacher on Steelbook.
Yeah, I know. I'm really pissed off about that.
Yeah,
because it was literally 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks after I got it from the general store.
Hey,
sorry, Sean.
You didn't. Yeah, Dave got a Steelbook. He didn't get the privilege of paying $4.99 for Jack Reacher.
That's true. He didn't. That's also why I wasn't that mad, because I didn't pay that much.
Exactly.
I didn't pay that much either. It was a cheap Steelbook.
Whatever.
Cheap. Anyways,
$32.99.
It was $18 all in.
All right, whatever.
Jimmy.
My worst, as I said, it is a high worst, and it's only because I did not get a lot of films in before I left for Florida. Just had a busy couple of weeks, but it's no excuse. I don't have an excuse.
It isn't an excuse. I've been nonstop feeding a baby and cleaning up shit.
Yeah, it's because that's all you do. I have a life that exists outside of my house. You have a life that exists entirely within your own home. So, fuck y'all. So
live a better life so I can live vicariously.
I'm doing the best I can. I got all the stories.
You're not doing good enough.
All right. Well, look. Okay. So the last one. It's not even the worst. I don't even know why I'm saying it's worst. It's just something.
It's like the third level. It's like
it's the third level down. Yeah. It's Cam. And it's fun.
Yes.
I still haven't seen that. I want to see that. Oh
man, yeah.
It's a ton of fun up until the end. The end is a wet fart. It's a real wet fart of an ending.
We said that together. Yeah. We rehearsed this because we said that yesterday. We were drinking beer yesterday, and we talked about what the wet fart of an ending. That was Cam.
Actually, there was an it was Cam. Yeah. So.
Is that the movie you can't believe I haven't seen?
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Is that it? Watch it this week.
You should. It's like, it got to me. Its whole idea and premise of just basically it breaks down to just someone this Cam girl wakes up to find that someone's already logged into her account, and it's someone that looks exactly like her, and is like, her life slowly starts to fall apart as this other girl starts taking over her life. And that entire premise got to me. I was not okay. I was like, I don't like this. I don't like the idea of it. I don't like, it was just really disturbing to watch her like downfall. And she was really good at like running that circle downwards up until the end. It was
spooky.
Yeah.
I just don't like how they were doing so well, and all they needed to do was just like bring it just like that, like one like inch
right there.
Bring it home.
Yeah,
you're right there, man. Like literally, like fucking.
It was the last pitch coming straight across the plate, bases loaded, and just whiffed it. Whiffed it.
Just
missed. Got a third strike, and they were
mark
out.
Completely.
They tried though. But honestly, for like I'm assuming it was a relatively small budget movie.
Well, yeah, it looked pretty low budget, but like for what it was, like they did a fairly decent job.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a Cam girl, so you're getting into some nice fun stuff anyway.
And part of it was like really horrific, like real
that beginning with the way that it starts with the stunt is just like. Whoa! Yeah. Like it just it sets in, it buckles up, and you're just like off to the races. And it's something. It's fun up until it's not, and that's it was just like once you figured out what was happening, and once you realized, oh, okay, this is how it's going to end. It ends exactly like that, and it's just how you don't want it to end, but that's just the path it chooses to go down, and it's very evident from. It telegraphs it very well about what's going to happen.
How did you watch it, James? Did you watch it on a TV or a laptop?
I watched that on my TV.
On your TV?
Yeah.
I watched it 2 a.m. on my cell phone.
As the director intended.
As the director intended. But it was like that much creepier, right? Because it like literally felt like I was watching a Cam girl, right? And all this shit happening. It was
were you hunched over on a toilet too? Because that would have been truly as intended.
Honestly, dude, for what it was.
Yeah.
It was something else.
Honestly, like if you're looking for like a pretty quick and breezy horror movie that like will get stuck with you a little bit. It's not like super gory. I guess it's got some gory moments too, but like it's
got some gory bits, but like
not over the top.
Not bones and all kind of gory.
Yeah. It's not cannibalistic, but it gets a little fucked up here and there, and like it is a genuinely terrifying premise. I would say watch that if that sounds like something you're interested in. If not, that's okay. You're not missing much. The ending kind of is
Agreed.
That's where I'm at. There's my meh. Or my worst. My worst. That was my worst. Yes.
Third level.
Third level down. Yes. Third level down. Are we going to go the Shudder Minute?
I think it's that time.
I love it when it's that time. The Shudder Minute's the G.
Minute.
Evil lurking deep inside, its darkness knows no limit. So listen closely if you dare. This is the Shudder Minute.
Why are you so creepy, man?
Man, I'm just a creepy guy. I don't know what to tell you.
Apparently.
So for this week,
you gonna stick it to an actual minute, Tone?
I'm gonna try my best.
Yeah, I believe in you.
Nocebo.
Nocebo.
It is with Evergreen and Mark Strong. Pretty simple premise.
Yeah.
James, you'll actually like this
Go
one.
on.
It is about a fashion designer who gets bit by a tick.
Oh.
And then she kind of spirals out of control.
Right, because she gets Lyme disease.
A mysterious nanny appears to help her manage her house.
Yeah.
But little does she know that the nanny has something sinister about her.
Is it that she's made up?
Is
she made up entirely of like 1.5 billion ticks? Like, is her body just all ticks?
Honestly, dude, it is fucked up. It's truly fucking messed.
All right.
It goes from like an M. Night Shyamalan movie to a straight up like revenge thriller. It's just,
I like it.
I was horrified at the last like 30 minutes. The last 30 minutes is just a complete mind fuck. And it's truly chilling. Like I am chilled to my very bones. Just thinking of what happened.
Yeah.
Y'all need to see it.
Okay.
You need to do it, man.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Tony's having an issue.
Strongly because like I'm getting more amped. Keep in mind, I will say this. It starts off strong, gets a little drawn in the middle, and you're just like, okay, where the fuck is this going? But as soon as it hits, like there's a moment where it fucking
the beat
hits.
drops.
The beat drops. Yeah.
You're like, oh daddy, like
daddy.
Something is about to go down.
Yo.
And down it is.
Okay.
But you did like it.
I did like it. I was kind of on the fence about it, but the more that I'm talking about it, the more I'm just like, you know what? Run that shit again.
Nice.
Evergreen is she's great. I would say Mark Strong kind of like gives like a typical like Mark Strong, like he's like the husband that doesn't know what's really going on. He's just like, something's not going on. There's something rotten in the state of Denmark. Like I know something is happening.
The Reds are poisoning the well.
Yes.
So he's Mark Strong playing Mark Strong.
Exactly. And the actress who plays the nanny, I'm gonna try to see. You know what? I'm gonna butcher her name, but the actress who plays the nanny is on another level. Like she's doing circles around everybody.
Huh.
Like that there's something off about her, but like as soon as like everything starts to come together, you're just like, oh shit, like this woman is dangerous.
Ooh, I like it.
So definitely seek it out. I think it should be out. It should be out sometime this week.
Excellent.
And y'all in for a ride.
It sounds like it. I'm excited.
Can I just like do like a small aside? When you said Mark Strong, all I could think about was fucking Lydia Tarr football tackling him when he was trying to conduct.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like a football.
Just leaped into his chest. Yeah.
Right.
Like a linebacker.
It was pretty weird seeing him in a role like this, right? Because like a couple days ago, I actually watched Kick-Ass, and he's like a mafia boss in it, and he's like completely like over the top and outrageous, and it's just like, wow, like this man has range.
Where they go to the Scotiabank when they go to the movies, and then when him and is it Red Mist when they're just driving down. Yeah. They're just driving down the same block of Young Street over
and over again.
Over and over again.
Yeah.
You get to see like Big Slice 20 times.
At least.
But Young and Dundas Square.
Yeah.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the Shudder 5.5 minutes.
I love it. No, I'm excited though. That's good. Thank you, Shudder.
Yes, thank you so much. Always delivering the goods.
That's the first one I can remember where you were very ecstatic.
Yeah.
You're usually half in for most of them, but that was the first one where you're like,
yeah, definitely.
Well, because like the ending is just like so like, oh my god, like it's like it's chilling.
Yeah, okay.
It's honestly chilling.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, we got this. What's happening?
I got some Spirit stuff to watch first, but I'll watch
it. Yeah. So I think we're on to our
main segment.
We're talking about the one and only Ketamine Horse. No. Cocaine Bear. Based on a true story.
Horse?
No, Ketamine Horse.
Ketamine Horse.
Giant meth gator.
There's a whole cinematic universe here.
Yeah, seriously.
The Asylum is making the meth gator movie.
Speed Shark.
Can't wait.
Yeah,
this movie made me want to watch three-headed shark attack.
Yeah. Watch the entire Sharknado series.
Yeah.
I do like how it's partially based on a true story.
Yes.
How they work in that opening bit with that jackass throwing
coke out of the plane.
Coke out of the plane.
The duffel bags of cocaine.
And then dying, although I thought he should have been like a pancake as opposed to being able to see what he looked like.
Yeah.
And just like, and then the bear.
Well, he said that didn't the emergency chute come out at the last minute, but it didn't break his fall? I thought that's what the cops said.
Yeah. That's what he said. Yeah, it didn't. Yeah. But yeah, it was very much like, very loosely based on an actual thing that happened where a bunch of coke was dropped out of a plane and a bear definitely ingested way too much cocaine. But the rest of it is just a what if.
That bear passed away as opposed to becoming,
the stuff of legend. Yeah. A coked up mom with coke babies.
Yeah, seriously. Oh man, the parts with the Cubs, Jesus.
Yeah. That
was a choice.
I mean,
did you guys like this movie? I went in with a lot of high hopes.
So first of all, as we are an explicit podcast, I feel like I can get away with this slightly. I went in under the influence, and I think that helped make this movie slightly more palatable because, like, even still, some of that dialogue was so clunky and like so bad and not very good. And it also, this movie to me felt like it should have maybe been a fucking a short.
That's fair.
And not an entire film.
It felt a little long.
Yeah.
It's a 95-minute movie, but it could have been like an 80.
It could have been an 80. Yeah.
There's definitely like a solid 10-15 minutes that could be cut out.
Yeah.
And like a couple of characters and a couple of subplots.
Yeah.
Like they should have just made it much more straight and narrow.
And even like the ending. The ending just kind of was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Could you guys even see the ending, or was it just because Cineplex doesn't change the fucking filters on the
Oh man, the parts when they were in the cave, couldn't see shit.
Would you guys go to where'd you go? Did you go to Mountain or Ancaster?
Ancaster.
Oh, Mountain was fine.
Mountain.
Were you in Cinema One?
Barely.
Yeah.
I thought mine was okay. I was still able to see it, but
I could barely see shit. Yeah, and I know it's probably because for some reason they had two theaters where it was either playing Cocaine Bear or playing Avatar, which I'm like, why didn't you just make it one theater playing one and one playing the other?
Oh, instead of
But
flipping?
They definitely didn't change the filter on the projector, because I could barely see shit.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like fucking like Solo levels of fucking muddy shit, but it was still pretty dark.
Speaking of Solo,
I was literally just about to say, can we take a short jab at a certain somebody?
Sure.
Yeah. So what's his name?
Alden Ehrenreich?
Yeah.
Yes. Can we stop trying to make this guy happen? Because it's not gonna work. Like,
they keep trying.
They keep trying, and he's just not good.
He's good as a supporting player.
Yeah.
But
and he's in that Fair Play movie I was talking about earlier. He is amazing in that.
Okay. So maybe it's just comedies that he's not good at.
That's fair.
It's possible.
That's fair.
Okay. All right. We'll say that. We'll say that because I really want to see the Fair Play movie, and I heard the chemistry between him and the actress are very good. I'll give him that.
She's from Bridgerton.
Oh, yes. Fantastic.
There was just there was so much going on in Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, like so much things happening. I'm just like, what the fuck is that? Okay,
before we get into it. Okay. So Buddy throws all the cocaine down.
Yes.
We're introduced to the Cocaine Bear.
Yes.
And then we're introduced to a number of other characters.
Quite a few.
Who factor into the film because people want to get the cocaine. There's little kids who want to go look at a fancy fucking waterfall.
Yeah.
There's character actress Margot Martindale as the park ranger.
Yes.
And then some shitty other fucking teenage kids. And then there's a cop who's trying to investigate everything. Yeah. And and it's Isaiah Whitlock Jr., who I fucking love.
I do love Isaiah Whitlock Jr., yeah.
And he always keeps one in the chamber, man.
Yeah.
And then it goes from there. They all kind of come to the fucking park. They all have their agendas, and Cocaine Bear shows up and scene.
Yeah. And fucks up everyone's day.
Yeah. Tony.
There's good parts in it.
Yeah.
Depeche Mode, no notes. No fucking notes. That bear chase scene was just
with the
magic.
ambulance.
With the ambulance.
Oh yeah, that ambulance. Beautiful.
Well, Depeche Mode was playing the entire time.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah. I thought that was what you. I figured that was what you were
also
talking about.
Our cousins are gonna love that. I can't wait to tell them about it.
And I don't want to spoil it, but just the streaking across the road. I was
so great.
I was like,
so great.
No.
Oh man, perfect.
I appreciate they got Scott Seiss in there as one of the paramedics. I'm like, no, that guy's he's big on the reels, and now he's in a full blown movie. Good for him.
Yeah,
getting attacked by the Cocaine Bear.
Getting legitimately. Oh yeah, and even fucking the streak across the road, getting thrown over the front window. I loved it.
No notes.
Yeah,
no notes. That scene was great. And
then I like this.
Other good scenes.
Yeah,
I thought it was weird that they had 12-year-olds ingesting cocaine and then not really
doing anything
reacting.
With it.
Yeah. There was that. That whole part was super cringe. I wanted to put my shirt over my face because I'm like, holy shit, are they gonna go there? Are they gonna fucking go there? And
I liked the scene.
They didn't do anything with it.
But then, I liked the scene.
It amounted to
the
nothing.
whole kids psych. Oh yeah, I've done it. Psyching themselves up, and then obviously they haven't, and it's terrible and all of that.
They're fucking 12.
Yeah,
yeah.
But
who are you lying to?
Hilarious, because I've definitely known. I remember kids like that in elementary school. They were like, "Oh yeah, I've done it." I'm like, no, you fucking haven't. But.
And just that little girl is the little girl from the Florida Project.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's amazing.
And I wanted more of her in it. And she's not really in it.
Yeah.
But that scene, right after that, they meet the Cocaine Bear, and she sneezes on them, and then they kind of run away screaming and whatever. I feel like that's where they should have introduced the bear. None of that fucking Swedish hitchhiker nonsense. Get rid of that.
Yeah.
And then the flashback to a scene that you didn't see, like, oh, that just happened, and then they flash back to it.
Yeah.
Like, why is this here? It's just there's just whole characters that you could probably get rid of.
Yeah.
And the whole thing with the dog, what purpose? To what end?
I don't know.
To what end? Like, this is just a clean fucking movie where you could just be like, hey, the bear ingested cocaine. It's going on a killing rampage.
Yeah.
Fucking go.
You mentioned the dog. I forgot there was like, a whole extra subplot about a corrupt cop in all of this as well. And like, what the
there's just
fuck?
too much.
There's way too much going on.
You literally just could have had it like a fucking cocaine, like a bear does cocaine and it turns into Jaws.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what?
That's because you could see this. You could see that like they took some inspiration from Jaws.
For sure.
Like
they took some inspiration from a slasher movie.
And slasher movies,
sure.
obviously. But Jaws is pretty much a slasher movie. Fuck you, Dave. But like they just overcomplicate things and like put all these fucking storylines and all this bullshit. And like it was great to see Ray Liotta, but like and like buddy from Modern Family going out.
He was great.
What the fuck was that?
But why?
He was great. But why do you need that?
Yeah. It was just, honestly, you know what it feels like now that I'm saying this out loud? You'll probably get it. It's like a kid telling you a story, and it's just like a lot of and thens, and thens, and thens.
And then this
but like
happened,
it doesn't
and
make,
then this happened.
It doesn't
know
follow any particular path. It just kind of, and then, but like, what about the kids who fucking did a whole bunch of coke? Oh, they're fine.
Yeah.
Like, or what about this?
His line afterwards where he's like, that's the kind of thing that stays with a man.
That was funny.
That was fun.
Like again, there's moments.
Great parts.
Yeah.
And then it hits a brick fucking wall in the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
And it's that whole bit with fucking Isaiah Whitlock, O'Shea Jackson Jr., fucking your buddy Alden, and the other guy.
Yeah.
And it just, that scene goes on way too long. And you're like,
the gazebo scene is too long.
Get with the program.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Good for Lizzie Banks. She made a fun little campy horror movie.
Yeah.
And it wasn't based on an IP because like Pitch Perfect was always going to be a hit, and she probably deserved better with Charlie's Angels, but like this thing is an original IP.
Yeah.
And just like I don't know how, like, just make it tighter.
Yeah.
Just fucking tighten this thing up. You don't need all like 150 characters.
No.
And if there is 150 characters, just make them just kind of like, hey, how's it going? Oh, there's a bear.
Yeah, and murder them.
Kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the kills to me having to keep track of plot ratio was too imbalanced.
Exactly. And like, I don't know about you guys, but if I see a fucking bear, I'm not gonna be like, oh, look, there's a bear. Oh, it's just a bear. Like,
no, I'm getting the fuck out of there.
Whether this is a bear that's on cocaine or a bear that's just hanging out, just like, hey guys, just hanging here. Just leave me alone. I'll leave you alone.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't want that. I'm not gonna be just calm about it.
Correct.
Like, Jesus Christ. But we're talking. The guy who wrote it, his name's Jimmy Warden. He also did The Babysitter Killer Queen, which was fucking terrible. And he's got another one coming out called Borderline that he directed that has Samara Weaving in it as well. And no doubt this movie is not going to be a triumph either. It's just come on, man.
Yeah. If I could have an entire Cocaine Bear supercut where it's just like really trimmed, you know what, the director's cut in this case should be shorter. Like, trim out all this nonsense and just like give me a fucking bear that just murders people in the woods. I don't know why I cared about this cop's dog. I don't know. I don't know why I cared about these three punks in the bathroom.
See, that was another great part when they tried to jump O'Shea Jackson, and he just lays them out. That was fun.
It was fun.
That was fun.
Like,
but it goes on too long. Again, it goes on
too long. Like, I don't care.
Yeah. Like, you can cut. Like, I know I said I love him, but you can cut Isaiah Whitlock out, clean cut out of the movie, wouldn't miss anything.
Yeah. He's not even supposed to be there. He's like up there. He's like out of his jurisdiction, which also I didn't need to know. Didn't care. Doesn't serve the movie in any way, shape, or form.
And then he like stopped. Like, there's just these bit parts where you're like, oh, this is supposed to be a fun gag, and you're like,
yeah.
If it's a fun gag, why is it?
Why are we still here?
Why?
Yeah.
Why are we still here? And then Buddy talking about his two buddies, and it cuts to his buddies being him hanging out with his dead buddies. Is like,
that was funny.
It's funny and all, but he doesn't know they're dead.
Correct.
The audience knows they're dead, but he doesn't, so it doesn't make sense.
Correct. Hilarious, nonsensical, but hilarious. Like, I laughed.
I didn't.
I also laughed.
Like, the trailer was just a fun trailer for a silly idea. It was just a fun, and it looked like it would just be a fun time, and that's all I was expecting.
Yep, same.
And just like, it just went on too long, and just, I think the theater was a third full, and just nobody was reacting to anything.
Yeah, mine was. I was like a quarter full. It was like me and one other guy that was just kind of like, ha, every once in a while, because like it was peaks and valleys. Like, it was like great,
major, and
peaks
then oof, and major valleys,
and then oh fuck, that's cool, oof. Oh, that's great. Oof. Like, constantly cycling back and forth through that. And like, I just wanted more, like, make it simple. That's why I said, like, this could have been a short. This could have been shorter or literally a short. And it would have been more fun because, like, there's just, like, I guess you get to a point where it's like, okay, we have a bear and cocaine. What can it do? And then, oh, how do we turn this into a feature? Well, you have to pad the fucking runtime. But there's probably a better way to do it. I mean, you were already going on like this nonsensical, like, not nonsensical, but like made up story about like going back for the coke and all of that. You could have done anything you wanted. It could have been a fucking, I don't know. You could have gone full slasher and made it like a camp in the woods or something, like with teens. Like, I don't know. And the bear was now like a Jason level slasher. Like, there was things you could have done.
I wish they went that way. Like, there's just so much stuff that was in there that was totally unnecessary. Like, you were just you had the perfect thing.
Yeah.
And like,
the premise writes itself.
The premise pretty much writes itself, right? But why are we looking at this Swedish couple? Like what purpose did they serve? Like, Olaf comes back at the end, but like
why even?
You didn't even need. I was like, when he popped up again, I was like, he didn't die? Like, what do you
why
mean?
Is he there?
Yeah. Why is he there? Right? And where does he go? He just disappears. Like,
yeah. Like, to James's point, I think literally you open the movie or like you introduce the bear when the kids are doing the coke.
Yeah.
They run away. The mom shows up. Like, all of that plays out the same way. But then there's other people who are in the forest that they kind of encounter that we don't need to really get to know. They just do something funny and then they die violently.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. That's all you need.
Yep.
And isn't that basically Friday the 13th? Like,
yeah. And you could keep the same idea of there's a couple of parties that are invested in trying to get the coke and she's trying to find her daughter and it's not fucking boring as hell.
Yeah. Yep, you could have had a trim down, retrieve the coke storyline, trim down kid storyline, and then a bunch of randos that just like, I'm just already picturing like there's like a company retreat and there's like people are doing a sack race and then this bear is just like chasing after these people running. Like, there's just nonsensical things that you could come up with that are just so much better than anything else. And also leave the ambulance scene. That has to exist.
That needs to exist.
Well, you can leave even the fucking teenagers, just like get rid of the fucking they're like stealing shit. It's like, okay, well, we don't have to hate, like, they're fucking shitty teenagers. We don't need to see this nonsense.
Yeah, that's right. That was right at the beginning too, where he's like stealing shit out of the the sheriff's office or whatever, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
And they steal shit after that.
Yeah,
too.
like why?
And you mentioned, Christ, what's his name? He's friends with Lizzie Banks. Jesse Tyler Ferguson. He basically is just playing the same character he played on fucking Modern Family.
Oh yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. Like, even down to, she's like trying to flirt with him, and I'm like, he's clearly gay.
Yeah.
Like, like what? Like,
yeah.
We just put together in less than a few minutes better ideas.
Yep.
That they could have gone with and could have made it stronger and quicker, and it could have still been 95 minutes, but at least they wouldn't have padded it out with nonsense.
Exactly.
Or not even nonsense, just nothing. Like, I could care less. The cocaine bear is the main character.
Yeah.
Everyone else is a fucking secondary character. I could care less about fucking Han Solo Jr. Like,
we're in for the bear. We're in for the bear.
About his dead wife.
Yeah. Also, can I also just throw it out there? Did the bear need to be a mom with 2 cubs? Was that relevant to anything that we were going through, other than I guess a little bit at the end where it was like, oh, she's trying to protect the cubs? Why?
Yeah.
They were also trying to get a bag of Coke. The motivation in this entire movie for this bear was Coke. So
that's all I wanted.
Did we need the extra? I don't know that we did.
No. You know what we needed more of?
What?
The bear snorting lines.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
When the bear snorts the line.
Yeah. Or that bear deep throating the entire brick of cocaine.
That.
Yeah.
That.
And where they're shocked that it's doing that, it's like, again, as the audience, we already know that the bear's been doing cocaine.
Yeah. So much cocaine.
You don't need to introduce this idea. Just like.
So we wrote a better movie.
Yeah.
In this little
we just
podcast.
did it in 5 minutes.
5
minutes.
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah. I'm at a, like, I would say, I'd wait for it to show up on VOD.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, like, it's fun. The kills are fun, and you can maybe have a good time in the theater, but, like, no one's really, like, it's not wild enough to generate a good enough crowd that's going to be hooting and hollering at the screen. It's not, there's too much of a lull to even bother at a theater.
Yeah. It should have just dropped on Peacock.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. I don't like saying that, but it's you don't really need to see this in theaters. Like, I saw it on a Sunday afternoon, like today.
A matinee.
And a little matinee show, first showing. And there was like 7 people in the theater.
Yeah.
And none of them reacted to it.
Yeah.
I had it was a third full and barely anyone was reacting to it.
Yeah.
And
like
people just kept getting up and leaving and coming back.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, it didn't get any better, guys.
Yeah.
Also, if you buy a seat, sit in the fucking seat you bought.
Absolutely.
Like, I get there, and there's 2 people sitting where I'm supposed to be sitting.
Hate that.
Unacceptable.
Hate that.
There's all these seats, all these empty, because I sat on the side, and there's all these empty seats, and you just decided to just arbitrarily pick the seat I'm supposed to sit in.
Yeah. Like, also, you just, there are assigned seats now. Sit in your own fucking seats.
Sit in your own fucking seat. It's
You
not
guys are
hard.
crazy.
Yeah.
You guys are crazy.
It's not hard. But, there were a couple of chuckles here and there. You want to know what they literally didn't react to at all?
What?
They showed the Strays trailer before, and holy shit, nobody reacted to that.
Because Strays looks like a pile of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like a movie that would be fun as shit for the 3 of us to sit here and fucking watch while we're either drunk or high.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Obviously.
Like
Obviously.
When fucking oh my god, what's his name? Park. What's his first name? Randall Park.
Randall Park.
Yeah.
Randall Park's like, is it because I have human hands?
Yeah.
And he's like, and he's a puppet. Like
Yeah.
that. Okay. Like that's funny as shit.
Yeah.
But like the whole movie's in the trailer, and it's just like like just
Yeah.
Like, I have never been in a theater where a comedy trailer plays and nobody fucking reacts.
Yeah, that was the same with mine too. No, it was like you could hear a pin drop after that trailer. It was like Jesus.
Like there's always like, because you always have like the best laughs in the trailer and people are always like
Yeah.
Nothing. But then again, I don't even know where that movie even came from.
Just showed up overnight.
Never heard of it.
Showed up overnight.
Yeah. Wild. So I'm on a no recommend. Tony, you're saying VOD. Dave?
Yeah.
I'd say VOD. Come on. Character actress Margot Martindale.
Yeah.
VOD.
It's worth watching for her alone.
VOD.
Ray Liotta.
And Ray
Liotta. For sure.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
He just wanted to be a gangster.
Always.
It's true. He always wanted to be a gangster.
But I think that, that summarizes Cocaine Bear, I think, in the best way that we can. So let's stop talking about bears that do a lot of drugs and start talking
CGI bears that do
CGI bears that do a plethora of cocaine, and start talking about Dave's drug, his new blues.
What did that boy buy? It's Dave's new blues.
Dave, in the space of time, so it's been like 2 months since you were last hanging out with us. How many blues have we added to the collection?
Not a lot.
Oh, that's good. I'm proud of you. Look at that restraint.
There has been restraint. The sales have not been nearly as good as I would have liked.
Oh, that's good.
Recession has hit the Blu-ray market.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear it. I'm so sorry to hear it.
Yes.
What do you have for us today?
I did buy that From Beyond that Tony bought.
Oh, nice.
I needed that in my collection.
Yeah.
Of course.
The masterpiece that I want to talk about today.
We're starting off with masterpiece. I'm already...
is a little film called Sidekicks by Aaron Norris.
What?
Hilarious.
Yeah. This thing, I don't think they ever released it on, they might have released it on like a bootleg DVD type thing.
Right.
But it's never been on Blu-ray, and it sure as shit has never been on 4K.
Yeah.
But now it is.
Oh,
from our friends at Vinegar Syndrome.
Oh, man.
Vinegar Syndrome coming in hot.
How thick is that thing? What the hell?
So this is a lot like the Roadhouse one that I have.
Yeah.
So it's one of their VSU releases.
Oh, okay.
And shout out to Evie at Vinegar Syndrome, who replaced my case for me because it came in damaged.
Oh. Big shout
So
outs.
it has it's like a magnetic thing.
Yeah.
And you open it, and then it comes with the booklet.
Nice.
Obviously.
You gotta have your
and
essays.
It comes with my essays and the books and stuff. But it's kind of like, this one's kind of set up as if it's a magazine.
Oh, very cool.
Huh. Very cool stuff.
Very cool.
Very cool stuff. And then like it has the typical 4K, and then it has a slipcase too.
Very nice.
So this is already available on vinegarsyndrome.com, but it's not available on Amazon until the end of March.
Huh.
Which I don't really understand.
Yeah.
Doesn't make much sense to me.
No.
Anyways, I don't know if you've ever seen Sidekicks, James.
I have not. I've never even fucking heard of it. What the fuck is this?
So this is a movie from the early 90s.
Right.
It's about a young man played by the late Jonathan Brandis from Sequest.
Right.
And Ladybugs, which Tony loves.
I was gonna say Ladybugs is a good film.
So he's kind of a loser at his high school, and he has his mom died. His dad's not really there because he has to work a lot. It's Beau Bridges, and
okay.
And then he has horrific asthma. So they make fun of him a lot.
Right.
And to get through this, well, he has daydreams and regular dreams where he gets inserted into Chuck Norris films and acts alongside Chuck as his sidekick.
Alongside Charles Norris.
No, they call him Chuck. They either call him Mr. Norris or Chuck.
I love this. I love this premise already.
And And then it kind of goes from there, and it's kind of a Karate Kid clone,
right,
and kind of a coming of age film. And Joe Piscopo is one of the villains.
Joe Piscopo.
And just like they kind of recreate some of the scenes with Chuck Norris, and it's supposed to be a family film, but they recreate this one scene from a film called The Hitman, where Chuck has a fucking long fucking hair, and so does Buddy, Jonathan Brandis.
Yeah.
And when he shows up, Chuck is like, okay, we got to go in here. And he throws Mr. Brandis, who is definitely a high schooler, a sawed-off shotgun.
What?
And then they go in to take on the bad guys.
Oh my god.
Sounds like a real winner. I'm in.
Yeah,
and
I'm in.
It's just, you're just like, oh, this is supposed to be a family picture. Cool.
I'm so in.
80s or 90s, Dave?
90s.
God,
so in.
All the time.
So
it's got heart.
Yeah.
It's got heart, and I really want to watch it with you guys because it's
name it, dude. I'm coming over. We're watching this thing.
It is.
Am I gonna end up buying the for goddamn Vinegar Syndrome Standard Edition?
Yeah, probably.
God damn it.
But Tony, I love these thick cases. They are beautiful.
Yeah. It does look gorgeous. It's cool, like what it comes with.
They look great in the collection.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And the restoration work is awesome. And literally, I kind of want to watch it immediately again because there's two commentaries on it. One is Aaron Norris, is his brother, obviously, talking about how the film came together. And then there's another one where it's like a fan commentary, and it's a bunch of guys led by, what's this man's name? It's led by filmmaker Joe Begos and his buddies, and they're basically all in a room fucking getting high and taking shots watching this movie, and they are having the time of their lives.
That's amazing.
I'm just like listening in, and I was holding the baby, and I was just fucking chuckling.
Yeah.
And just like the baby's vibrating I'm laughing so fucking hard at
amazing.
This. Like it's I need to watch it with the fan commentary because it's fun as shit.
I love it.
But yeah.
Perfect.
So that is my new blue, and I'm very proud of it. And
you should be.
You all need it to be in your collection immediately.
It's gonna happen.
Oh God,
it's gonna happen.
It's
probably
gonna
happen.
Vinegar Syndrome for another amazing piece of cinema added to the collection.
Agreed. Yeah, I think that'll just about do it for us.
Yeah.
I think for a 1-year anniversary special.
Woo.
And
woot.
Dave, thanks for coming back, man.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be back again.
Of course you will be. It's not like you're a special guest now. You're still a co-host of this podcast. You better be coming back. This pat leave cannot go on forever.
Friend of the podcast.
Friend of the podcast, Dave. You're getting demoted.
I better not.
Okay, maybe best friend of the podcast.
Fine.
Super fan of the podcast.
Super fan.
I should be the BFFL.
BFFL for life.
Wow.
For life.
For life.
I like it. But yeah, no, it's been a fun year, guys. This has been a good time.
It's been a time.
Talking about a whole bunch of fucking random nonsense that apparently some people care about.
Apparently.
Especially those in Norway. Or Finland.
And Finland.
Yeah.
Finland.
We got our Nordic countries somehow. And I'm in.
Absolutely.
They're big in our hearts.
Props to them.
Yeah.
We got lots of good stuff coming down the pipe.
Heck yes.
And we're accredited for hot docs again. So that'll be a good time.
We are, and
always a good time.
We're already, between the three of us, it's preliminary stages, but we're planning out festivals for the rest of the year as well. We're starting to lay down some groundwork, so it's going to be another banner year for the Finger Guns team.
You're darn tootin'.
You guys have some good guests.
Yeah.
Some
good guests.
Good movies coming up.
Good movies coming up. And honestly, if we make it to like the end of the summer without our eyeballs falling out, I'd consider that an absolute win.
Me too.
It's going to be a wild ride.
Yeah.
So thanks for sticking it out this long with us. And,
of course.
Here's to another year of finger guns.
Finger guns. Pew pew pew.
Pew pew
pew pew pew pew. My name, of course, is Dave, and as always, I've been doing this lovely podcast with
Big Tasty Tony B
and
James, still here,
and we will see you all, or you'll hear from us all again very, very soon.
Indeed.
Night, everybody.
Night, everyone. Love yas.